Well, good morning, everybody. How are we doing today in Piptown? It is, of course, Saturday after Thanksgiving. We are continuing to farm that Yeti. But how are you doing? EMZ, Extreme Gamer, good morning, my friends. Good morning indeed. We are a little behind on our Yeti farm, if I'm being completely honest with you. But we're going to see if we can't speed that up a little bit here today. Let's go ahead and collect all of those quests that we've already completed this morning. Let's go ahead and get all of that extra energy and see where we can go. Giggity go! Extreme, I am doing all right. We went out for dinner last night, doing our socially distant thing at a nice restaurant here in Austin. Had a whole bunch of shareable things for the table. It was delicious. And now this morning, we're just, keeping it fly. Keeping it fly, keeping it fly. All right. Grabbing the extra energy for the morning. That means we're going to come in and finish up our Explorer Aurora farm for the morning. Reminder, I am doing this because Explorer Aurora tiles will complete those glyph hunt and those Piptown challenges for you each and every day. And also by using this energy right now, I don't have to worry about it running out and filling out in the future. Oh, hold on a second. Sounds like my phone is making a whole lot of noise. Something's making noise. Oh, is my iPad making noise? I have the iPad running on the side so that I can look at the chat since I'm just here on my laptop and I only have the one screen. So sorry about that. I had to turn that down for a second. Mike Kate, what's up, dude? And was there any barbecue? Extreme, we did not actually go to a barbecue restaurant. However, when I first got here, my brother-in-law actually made barbecue the first day we were here. So we have had Texas barbecue since coming down here. All right, clearing out this monolith waste as we do, farming the tiles for which I already have 7-star characters because I want to keep farming in that master store. I need to get all the fancy apples that I need, and then following that, need to start farming Willa. My hope is that I can start farming Willa very quickly by the time I actually get into it over there. So, let's take a look at the Yeti for the day, see where we are here. Already took care of this morning. So, holiday break. We have 4 days left, and I need 180 tiles, roughly, which means I actually need like 45 tiles a day in order to actually complete this. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'm going to have to make a game time decision in a couple days here to see if I actually need to invest a little bit of money, and if so, how much to try to get the Yeti. Now, I am generally against doing exactly that. So I'm going to see how cheaply I can do it, if I can do it at all. Matt happened on Thursday. Matt, the stream just stopped. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I actually don't know what happened. The internet just sort of failed on my stream, but it still was working on my computer, and it was still working everywhere else in the house. So it's all of a sudden like my Streamlabs software just stopped serving out the stream. Don't know why, but hopefully today we will not have the same problem. My first day streaming here, we did not have that problem. So my hope is that it's just a fluke. So let's get back into this. We're going to spend our 800 gems to see what we can get this morning. Going all the way up to the 250 gem cost refresh. Tio, what's up, Tio? How are you doing, my man? I feel like I haven't seen you in a hot minute. All right. 1H4 ice belt, our first set. How many Yeti tiles are we going to get? Come on, give me something. 0! That's all 10 attempts, and I got 0 tiles for the Yeti. That is by far the worst RNG I have gotten on this tile since I started trying to farm this Yeti. Still 0. Oh my goodness, this is awful. What's going on? Come on, Gameloft. Come on, Gameloft, give me them Yeti tiles. It's going to make it really hard for me to showcase this character if I can't actually get it. 8 tiles there. Alright, so I still need 24 before I can take him up to 6 stars. This is not looking good, that's for sure. The white and fluffy knight will come in and do that one. Again, 0 tiles. Wow. That's just, oof. That hurts. That hurts on the inside to see the RNG be that bad. It's a little ridiculous how bad it is, if I'm being completely honest with you. I thought that by spending 800 gems per day, I could at least get 30 tiles a day, and I was flat wrong. Just flat wrong. The drops are really bad comparatively. Tio, did someone have Gorwell and put it in the shared her? Tio, I'm assuming what you mean is that you have Gorwell and you are sharing her as your guild ally. That is awesome. Very awesome. Alright, we do, however, have enough currency to grab 10 Yeti tiles from the actual event store. So that puts us up to, what, 18 for the day? That's less than half of what I need, and I've already done my major big expenditure for the day. Oof, it is not looking good. Not looking good at all. But I still do have the character powerful enough, I believe, to showcase for you guys today in the Brickspedition, since the Brickspedition is on day 1. So I am going to be showcasing my Chill-Gisto team. My Chillsto team? Chisto. Chisto, I think, is probably the best way to say it. I'll showcase and go over what that actual team entails once we get into it. Alright, guild store, arena store. Oof, look at how much currency I have in this arena store. So much. Coming into the master store, I know we are grabbing these fancy Apple 3s. I need another 41 of them to upgrade my Explorer Aurora. Then I'm going to need another 41 of them to get my Basil all the way up. There's just no shortage to the need for fancy apples. Woo! Fancy apples. Gear challenge number 2 will come in and get all the fish. The fish, on the other hand, I just don't need all that much of. I guess I'm just not farming any of the characters that require it. This will take all of your coins and gems. Extreme. You're talking about to farm the Yeti up to 7 stars? Yeah, I actually have budgeted to use all of my gems for this to see how it works. So we'll actually see how it works. But that will be a total of nearly 8,000, maybe 9,000 gems if you count the refreshes on gems that I get every single day. So it really makes you stop and think about the actual price of a lot of these things. If I can spend 9,000 of the premium currency on it and still not get it to 7 stars. But let's hold up there for just a second and see how it goes by the time we get to the end. Extreme and Mike are trying to guess the premium bag gift for the day. Let's see. Mike says it's going to be 15 of Dwayne, and Extreme says that it's going to be 15 of the Hot Dog Man. Tio, EMZ, what do you guys think I'm going to be getting in my premium bag today? As the fancy man, what makes the apples fancy? Well, I can tell you that what makes the apples fancy is just attitude, right? When these apples walk down the street, they walk down the street with their nose in the air, they look down on you through the bottom of their eyes, and they say things like, yes, it would be delicious, wouldn't it? But yes, And that's what makes the apples fancy. Alright, look at this. Team number 48 running into this full ninja team. This is brilliant. As you guys know, I can run with my Ice Station Odyssey and pull those ninjas out of stealth. Let's see it happen right now. EMZ is guessing it's going to be 25 Gorwell tiles. I think it's a sign with Tio asking about the tiles. Oh, and Tio's asking, what is Black Friday? I'll go ahead and answer that question for you as soon as I get out of this arena battle, because I can actually showcase all of this for you. Oh, look at this. Disarmed. How did he get disarmed? I think I missed something there. Okay, now we're going to do some regular attacks here. And then we're going to do some specials here. We only pull Kelvin out. That is not helpful to me. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do just another basic attack. But now I'm going to pull out... Oh my goodness, we get 0 people pulled out of stealth. That is very sad news for us. So instead, that means we're just going to spend our time hammering down on Lloyd, which is actually like very, very bad news in our case. We wanted to pull out at least one person from stealth, whether it was Wu or DigiJ or Garmadon, and we got nobody. Oh my goodness, and then followed up with the dodge. Wow, this is very unfortunate. The RNG is fighting against us here today. We are going to see if we can take out Digital Jables. Come on, Digital Jables, you got to go down, my friend. Oh my goodness. Get out of here, Digital Jables. DigiJ, go down, sir. Can I get lucky enough to get some disarm, especially on Wu? I cannot. That means Wu is going to come around and lock everybody else out on his turn. So we're going to go ahead and take down the Wooster as best we can. Can I stun him? Oh yeah, that'll keep him from doing his ultimate for at least one more turn. Yes, come on. Hit, hit, hit! Ooh. Let's do some AoE. Now I gotta be careful, because I really need to get Garmadon down. But he's got some decent dodge in there. I really gotta take him down, and I gotta take him down fast. Looks like I'm gonna get 2 turns before he gets a chance to go, and he's gonna do his AoE. I gotta get lucky here. Oh, and I do get lucky here. That's what I like to see. Okay, we remove... Yes, alright. We remove the debuff immunity, or that we remove the buff immunity, which is excellent. Put some... Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing now. Put some taunt on the Locust, heal him up, give him the counter ability so that I can make sure that he heals every single time he hits back. Brilliant. This is what our Magisto does for us. We can come in here and take out the Lloyd. And then, oh my goodness, getting past all of the hardy on the ninjas is always so much work. We lose our Spaceman Reed, but we manage to clench victory with the rest of the 4 characters on our team. After getting that terrible RNG with our Space Ice Planet characters not taking anyone out of stealth using their ultimates, except for Kelvin, who we didn't really need to worry about that much. A little bit sad, but it is what it is. Let's come into the quests really quickly. See, I think the only one that I still have left to do is the arena battles, and then, Tio, I will talk to you about what Black Friday is. Okay. Oh, really quickly, let's make sure we don't miss this. We need to go in and use the energy before it caps out and we don't actually get the refreshes. I need these fancy armor 3s as well. I'm going to farm them here because it's the only place to farm them, while I am also farming up all of them apples. I need 15 more of the fancy armor 3s. And now, after filling out this node, I need 13 more. Got those 2, need 13 more. Okay, Tio. Magisto's special disarms techie units. Oh, EMZ. Thank you. I didn't know that. I've read through Magisto's special so many times and just skipped that over because it wasn't something that I was ever really worried about. All right. So, what were we looking at? Gems. That's what you were asking about, Tio. So if you look in here, we have this Black Friday sale going on where you get anywhere from 11 to 31% off of gems. What is Black Friday, Tio? Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving is always referred to as Black Friday, and it's called that because in the United States, Black Friday is the beginning of all of the Christmas holiday sales. It's the first big giant sale day of the year, and retailers ended up turning it into essentially this sort of holiday. This is the day where you might have seen reports in the past of people lining up at Walmart from like 11 p.m. the night before, bringing tents and camping out in the parking lots of Best Buy and Walmart and big retail stores so that they can be the first people in to get these crazy Black Friday deals that people offer. So since then, it's become sort of a custom in the United States so that on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, people do crazy, crazy deals and just mark down lots of different things. You can get electronics exceptionally cheap, although you're not supposed to buy electronics on Black Friday because you're usually buying a model that has been sitting in a warehouse for a long time, for a while, like monitors that have dead pixels and things like that. But I digress. Anyway, that is the point of Black Friday. It's a big sale day in the United States, the day after Thanksgiving. The bundles they have going on, I noticed they didn't decrease the price of anything except gem purchases. So, meh. It's kind of what I have to say about it, but if you want those gems, now is the time to make that purchase. Mike, the apples are fancy to the core. I see what you did there. Puntastic. Extreme has over 9,000 gems, gonna hoard everything till you hit max level. Extreme, that is a good idea. If I might suggest, you can use a little, some of those gems, probably in the Monolith Waste or in the campaign, to refresh your energy there. That'll help you level up faster, and it's probably the best place for you to use your gems anyway, so it's a pretty good idea. Time quest, I don't think there's anything new, right? Completed Mr. Moneybags, completed Event Planner. We just have 44 minutes left until Path of the Master is gone, which I'm very excited about because everybody's excited for the Ghostbusters to go away at this point. They've been on for a very long time, and I don't know, nobody seemed very excited about them. So, let's come into the Brickspedition for today, and let's see if we can showcase the Chisto team. Chilsto team? Chilto? Chisto. I don't know. I don't want to overplay the Magisto in the team, but I do want to point out that it is going to be, let's see, let me edit a team here. I'm going to go ahead and edit this one because the Chisto team is going to look like this, and we're going to see how it works. So, oh, edit tags. This is definitely not city anymore. It's going to be space, and I guess that's all. I don't really need to do any tags, though, because it doesn't really fit any of them. Come on, take off city, please. Oh well, doesn't matter. So, we're going to be looking at this team here. Now, as you guys noticed before, everybody's at gear level 7 except for my Explorer Aurora. But this does put 4 chill characters on the team. The Yeti, reminder, the Yeti does extra damage. He does twice as much damage against any character that has Dizzy. And the way this team is set up, we're relying on the Yeti to actually soak and deal the majority of the damage on the team. That might be a very deadly possibility. But whenever the Yeti does his AoE taunt, if he gets a critical attack, he gains payback. Additionally, Magisto can heal and add payback onto a particular character. Now, the other reason why we're having Magisto on the team is because Magisto's special attack, his ultimate attack, I should say, has a 100% chance to apply Dizzy to the main target, with an extra chance to apply Dizzy to extra targets, meaning that the Yeti is going to both deal more damage and heal for more damage when he hits. No, that's not true. He'll always heal for 10% of his max health. But the Yeti does have a very high health pool, and this is only going to get higher as we get him to 6 and eventually 7 stars. The weak link on this team right now is probably going to be Explorer Aurora, because she's only gear level 6. Also, she just doesn't hit very hard, but she can resurrect if we manage to lose the Yeti, and she can heal people. So, we're going to give her a shot. Now, we also have tons and tons of extra guild allies today, so we are going to be using them right from the beginning. But it shouldn't take away from our ability to see the mechanics of the Chill Toe team and see if they work. Chillo? Why don't we go with Chillo? Because then it's mostly chill with a little bit of Magisto. Instead of like half and half, I'm going with Chillo. Alright. Premium attacks here against some of these main characters. Let's see what we get going on. Everybody, it looks like, is just going to be dying in one hit, so I don't think we really need to worry about it. It looks like we're not even going to see an attack from any of the enemy characters on the enemy side. Great. So this team, obviously way too easy. We'll move along until we keep going and finding a team where we can actually showcase the mechanics. Angry Birds Plush Nest. What's going on? Have 60 tiles, still unlockable. The Yeti does not become unlockable until you get to 115, good sir. 115! Mike, do you have the Yeti? That's what inquiring minds want to know. Now we have to swap out for a builder team, so we will. That's all fine and dandy. It's a requirement from this particular node in the Brickspedition board. Not much we can do about it. I will probably just auto battle it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Ghost, why are you so loud? Why are you so loud, my ghost? You need to calm down, sir. You are too loud, my man. Way too loud. Alright, let's take out Basil first. He's going to be the first person up to do some sort of fancy taunt. Then the Clockwork Robot is putting speed up on Reed, but Reed is not going to get a turn, so too bad. We're going to see if we can't... Can we take out Brutus in one shot? We do. Let's see if we can follow that up with the Crash Test Dummy. It's going to take 2 hits for the Crash Test Dummy. Then we can come in and get the Clockwork Robot out. And again, we see no attacks against our team. Great. Day 1 Brickspedition. Very, very easy. The Parguel. What does your name mean? I have never heard the Parguel. I don't know if it's a reference I'm missing or like some sort of animal I just don't know about. What is your name, dude? And also, welcome to the stream. Near to get Yeti, I have 92 tiles. I think you'll be able to get him before the end if you're at 92. That's pretty close. You need 23 left, and we have 4 days to get it. I believe in you, sir. Ghost so loud, yet has a silent ultimate. It seems legit. Does he really? I play with him so little, I didn't even realize that he did that. Is his ultimate really silent? Mike, I know Extreme Gamer, I'm working on it, been spending 300 gems a day. So Mike, you're spending 300 gems a day to try to get the Yeti? Is that what you're talking about there? Demo Dummy is OP with his self-destruct move. Angry Birds, he can be, absolutely. It sort of depends on what the rest of the team is, though, because I have found that the Demolition Dummy is actually kind of simple to shut down. There are a lot of ways to prevent the Demolition Dummy from going. There are a lot of characters now that have the ability to remove turn meter pretty efficiently. Not to mention, there are a lot of characters that can disarm or actually put, Dizzy out, and if you put Dizzy on the Crash Test Dummy, then he won't counter anymore, which actually makes him significantly less dangerous. So the thing about the Crash Test Dummy that I have noticed is that when the Crash Test Dummy taunts, if he gets that counter on there, then for the whole turn that you spend attacking the Crash Test Dummy where he's attacking you back, he's whittling away the health of your team so that by the time he explodes, it is really, really detrimental. Either your entire team is going to be at super low health, or at least 1 or 2 people are going to be killed. The Crash Test Dummy is a pretty well-rounded character, in my opinion. The only problem with it is using him on any particular team requires, well, it requires some serious sacrifices, right? Because the Crash Test Dummy is good, but he's not great. He's good, he's much better on a city team, but then you have to run a city team. So I would be interested to see what the Crash Test Dummy functions like on, say, a magical team or something like that. A team where the rest of the team is incredibly strong. Maybe a full Pirates team with the Crash Test Dummy instead of Valiant or Scarlet. My assumption is that it would perform under what those teams would perform with their regular tanks, but that's the only way that I could really start to judge the true value of the Crash Test Dummy. Because at the moment, he's good, but could be a lot better. The fact that he gets heals whenever other city characters get hit, that's pretty huge. Okay, so now take a look at this. Everybody is in stealth, which means that if I taunt with the Yeti, I'm going to get very few counters, unless Kelvin and Commander Cold can pull people out of stealth with their specials, which is what we are hoping is going to happen right now. So let's see how all of this synergy works together. Let's see if it works together to get us where we want to go. So let's come around here. We pull 0 people out of stealth. Boo earns. Now can I pull somebody out of stealth? Ooh, and it's Redbeard. Brilliant. Now the Yeti's going to attack back, but he gets Dizzy on him. Dizzy, terrible news to pull out of that hat, which means, oh no, that the Yeti, well, but now the Yeti doesn't have Dizzy anymore, so we are back in a good spot where the Yeti is going to be countering. This is what we really want. We want those Yeti counters so that he can heal and deal that damage. Now we put Dizzy on 2 different characters, Redbeard and the chicken suit guy. We are still going to go ahead and try to take down Redbeard anyway, because we really want, bingo, there we go. We really want to limit the damage that gets taken down anyway. Meanwhile, it looks like the Yeti doesn't even need to counter anymore. Oh, look at that double attack from the Yeti. 1, 2 attacks from the Yeti coming in again. I accept you, sir. I am a big fan of the Yeti getting those double attacks out. His basic attack, remember, when a character has payback, the ability that they use when they are attacked is their basic ability. And the Yeti's basic ability has a 50% chance to attack twice. So you combine that with having Magisto on your team and possibly having Dizzy up on the enemy characters. And now all of a sudden you have a character that will hit for twice as much damage and also hit twice and heal himself every single time he does it. I think it has the potential to be massively powerful. I just really got to see if I can get the Yeti up to 7 stars, people. 7-star Yeti. Going to be very, very hard to kill. I'm calling it now. I just have to see if it works. Angry Birds plush. The Aurora Revive is great. And Chicken Man sucks. Yeah, the chicken suit guy is not particularly great. But we know this, you know, he's one of the characters that they start you off with in the game. And to his credit, he is incredibly easy to level up and gear up. So a lot of people have actually been using the chicken suit guy for admittedly longer than they probably should, is probably the easiest way to say this. Oh, hold on a second. Look at all this AoE coming in. And the Yeti, taunt, taunt, taunt. Oh yeah, get that payback, sir. Wow, look at the enemy team. Just absolutely demolished with all of the payback that we had come in just now. That's crazy, guys. I'm going to have to try and heal a little bit here. I want to make sure that I can use really kind of as few med kits as I need to, so that I always have a stock of them left over. But wow, look at the damage I just did on that team just through the counter damage. All of those paybacks. Whew! All of those paybacks really flying in there. But that's the team that we're setting up. You give me a team that does all that AoE, and I am going to shut you down, sir. Okay. I've got a space and castle team here at the bottom, or nothing recommended in the middle, or pirates and ninjas at the top. This also looks like the easiest one. Oh yeah, and the team is terrible. So we're just gonna put together our pirate ninja team. Look at this. This actually is a pretty good team. You could run this in the arena and probably do some serious damage. I think in this case, I would probably swap out Zane for maybe a 7-star gear level 7 Argenta if you had her, but maybe not. I don't know. Zane actually might function really well on this team. Let's throw in a Buddy Kai here. Yeah. This is, now that I'm looking at it, this is a pretty solid arena team to throw out there. I mean, it's going to protect your Redbeard for a while if you possibly can, right? Your Wu with the disarm, the guaranteed vulnerabilities popping up. Yeah, this team could do a lot of damage. Alright, let's actually see what happens here. Now, I am not going to throw everybody into stealth because I don't need to right now. So, we're going to wait here until, great, we take him out. Spaceman Reed gonna go next. Alright, so now, perfect. We need to remove the taunt from Valiant, and we do. Amazing. Now we'll come in here and go back to our targeting Spaceman Reed. He gets the guaranteed crit on him for the next hit. Brilliant. Can we take down the Hot Dog Man next? I think we can. If this attack defeats the foe, Kai's pep is increased. Oh, I should have done this last turn, but I didn't. So, failure on me to actually fully understand how the Keister works. The Keister? The Keister? The Keister. Let's go ahead and disarm everybody, put the vulnerability up on them so that we can dish out that damage. Let's see if we can take down that Chef, please and thank you. Chef is gonzo. We're going to get out a good heal here on the rest of our team from our Wu. Come in and take down Valiant. The Pockwell. Finally, I have the Yorick skeleton. The Pargwell, are you planning on using Yorick? Or you're just excited that you have him? If you're planning on using him, let me know how, because very, very few people use Yorick. So if you're planning on doing it, I'd love to know how you're planning on doing it. Brett says, I don't think I've ever seen you lose a match. Well, Brett, I do actually. First off, hey, Brett, what's going on, dude? And secondly, I do lose matches. It's very rare that I lose them in the Brickspedition, because you can use different teams when you're fighting in the Brickspedition in order to avoid very certain mechanics and play against the AI. But I lose matches in the arena from time to time, especially because in the arena teams, you actually have to build arena teams based around your ability to play defense. And when you're playing defense, the computer is controlling your character, which means that you don't have as good of control over, well, you don't have any control over what the character does with your team. So you have to put characters on your team that will themselves play a bit smarter, which is a very, very hard thing to accomplish because most of the artificial intelligence in the game is pretty bad. So speaking of that though, we're going to come into the arena and we're going to do another battle here. I'm looking at these teams, seeing which one is actually the easiest for me to beat, ironically enough, because I still do want to make sure that I can win whenever I possibly can. Ooh, this pirate team up here. So this is a pretty dangerous team up at the top, but we're going to give this a shot. I have one guaranteed taunt remover on my team. That is the Locust when he taunts. I have one semi-taunt remover in Spaceman Reed. He can remove buffs, but only if he has critical chance up. So we come in for this team, and Redbeard is our biggest threat. Once Redbeard goes down, we are good to go. So we start by putting Clumsy on Redbeard so that we can avoid his first attack. Oh no! But then we get a little more damage than we were actually planning on, which means that we actually need to come in here and do a couple of waiting moves against, yeah. There it is. Okay, we needed to come in there and do some waiting moves against Scarlet before we could get back to targeting down. Yeah, before we could get back to targeting down Pegleg. So now we got to continue to hold on to this taunt, which is unfortunate. So what we're really going to try to do here, great, yes, we're going to go ahead and clear some of these debuffs off of Commander Cold. Now, we're going to stun Scarlet. While Scarlet is stunned, her passive, which lets her auto-taunt, will not work. This is key because it means that we can now get Redbeard below 50% without allowing him room to heal himself up. We need one more turn on him. Boom! He's gone. Now, we are at an extreme disadvantage here, unfortunately, because our Magisto was unfortunately murdered before our very eyes, which is going to make the rest of this battle very, very difficult, actually. Okay. Scarlet is locked out of her abilities, which means that she is going to be able to taunt, but she won't be able to heal herself and renew her taunt, which is what we want. Ooh, we just got very lucky there. Alright, I'm going to see if I can stun Princess Argenta. Unfortunately, I actually did too much damage to her, which is not what I was planning on doing. I need to now... Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to have to taunt with my Locust. And then remove... I'm going to remove some turn meter from Castaway Hank. This is going to be a very, very close match here. I'm going to see if I can take out Castaway Hank. Brilliant. Now, can I get Argenta down? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to because she's... Oh, I thought she was going to get a heal, but she doesn't get a heal. This could be huge. Okay. I definitely need to take Argenta down. We are getting very, very lucky in who the enemy team is choosing to target right now. If I'm being completely honest, there's just no other way to say it. But very soon here, it looks like we are going to be sincerely out of options. This is going to get very messy right now. Oh, that's it. I do not have enough damage left on this team to actually end this in victory for myself. I do not believe. I wish I could. But between both of the enemy characters that are remaining can both heal themselves. We got a very unfortunate hit against Magisto right at the beginning, and unfortunately by taking out that character, we just don't have enough damage left on our team or enough healing left on our team to grab the W. Brett, you come in and you jinx it, bro. Nah, it's all good. But yes, there you see I do actually get defeated from time to time, especially in that arena. Completing those 2 arena battles finishes out our daily quests. We can come in and grab our premium bag for the day. And now we see who was right, if anybody was right, about what we get to pull from the premium bag today, sir. Brett, this is what I do. Oh, man. Well, it happens all the time, especially as you get below the top 50. The teams in the arena below the top 50 are quite difficult. Okay, guys, premium bag. Here it is. 50,000 coins and 30 Commander Cold tiles. Listen, it's not useless because I'm using those tiles to farm that master store. So look at that. 30 Commander Cold tiles will translate into 300 master currency. And I'll take that, especially while I'm farming those fancy Apple 3s on every refresh of the master store. Not too bad. But let's come back into the events. We'll go back into the Brickspedition and finish things out for the day. And then I will let you guys have your Saturdays back. Angry Birds, you can get Garmadon in 3 weeks tops. Ah, Angry Birds, yes, relatively new to the game, right? Garmadon, you get 1 tile every single day for completing your Brickspedition. A lot of people have him at 3 or even 4 stars now if they've been playing long enough. And you see him in a lot of arena teams, which is troubling because in my opinion, if there's a 4-star character in a top-level arena team, it means that character is way too overpowered and really shouldn't be there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and swap back over to our showcase team of the day, and we'll get into this battle. While that is loading, let me see what everybody else is saying over here on Twitch. Extreme. 3rd time I've done the Yeti event. I wasn't bothered about him all that much, to be honest, but wanted him this time because he's going to work really well on the Magisto Tower team. Yes, Mike, he actually could work very well on the Magisto's Tower team. That's a very good point. I didn't think of using the Yeti as the other character on that team, especially because you're going to have Magisto on that team, and the combination of Dizzy plus all the counters that you heal. Good on you, dude. I didn't even think of that. At max level, the characters you use most benefit from being maxed. Mike, yes, sure. I don't know how you wouldn't. Running your Magisto's Tower team with Wu, Magisto, Basil, Ghost, and Willa. That's a good team, Mike. And aren't you in the top 10 in your arena shard? If I recall correctly, then you're at the top. When will we get the December event calendar? Extreme, we don't actually know. We heard that there is going to be a December event calendar, but I don't know when this new dev team is going to drop it. Emilian, who is, for everybody who's paying attention out there, Emilian, who is the community manager on Discord, he does a lot of talking in the community chat channel. The content creators are trying to remind him that the community chat channel is probably a bad place for him to be making announcements and statements because the chat channel moves so quickly that people will miss it, especially since there's also an actual channel for announcements where he should be announcing things, and that way they can stick there because no one else can post there and we can see what's going on. No, I'm not new. I had the game for months and have 17 Garma tiles. Ah, gotcha. I understood, Angry Birds. I got you now. Okay, so we have 2 effective taunters on this team. The first thing that's going to happen is Lloyd is going to put everyone in stealth, and then the next taunt is going to come from Winston. So the question is, how much damage can we do to the Highwayman before he disappears? I'm going to go ahead and slow him down either way. Because I think at the very least, it'll be nice to not have him attack as much, even if it means I can't hit him right away. So, now, whenever Egon is attacked by a foe with stealth, he can reduce the damage. Foes who have stealth are inflicted with defense down. I think that's what I'm going with here. Bingo. Now, we are not going to taunt with the Yeti yet, because the entire enemy team, it looks like, is about to get a turn. Actually, not the entire team. Just the Highwayman is going to get a turn before I have a chance to buck up my Yeti. So at the moment, yeah, at the moment I'm just going to do a pretty basic attack here against Lloyd. We're going to basically be spending another turn waiting for some folks to come out of stealth so that we can benefit from them there. I'm going to go ahead and use this heal and then do some basic hits. We have to, because we have to. And I'm going to try to pull some people out of stealth. Now, one thing I am missing on this team is a taunt remover, right? There's no taunt remover on the team. But, there we go. We pulled exactly the people out of stealth that we needed to. So now I'm going to do some basic attacks against Winston. Let everybody hit Magisto for the time being if they so choose, which they do. And then I'm going to just continue to do some basic attacks here. The Yeti is going to be getting his taunt right now. We did get exactly one crit. That will allow us... Excellent. So that will allow the Yeti to gain his counter for 2 turns. Now we're going to come in here and do a whole bunch of Magisto damage, put Dizzy up on as many people as we can, and just start knocking fools left and right. Alright, now we get the disarm and the vulnerability. We're going to see how much damage the Yeti ends up taking. Now from Blacktron Quincy, not so much. That's perfectly fine. Oh yeah, look at that. Keeping himself alive. I am loving it. Even though it's... and because of the damage reduction that we put on him from Kelvin, you'll notice he's just not getting hit all that hard. It's amazingly effective. This is an amazingly effective way to play the Yeti, I think. It's working for me so far, despite the fact that he's only at 5 stars. I mean, look at that. All that counter coming out. Now I'm going to take some time to actually heal up my Magisto and see if I can... Let's see, the next thing that's going to happen, I think Lloyd is going to go down pretty fast here. So, we're going to go ahead and take some time to see if we can do a couple of waiting moves. I want to see if I can get up... Nope, it's going to go down too quickly here. Not much I can do about it. I was really hoping to see if I could get my Explorer Aurora to have her turn so that I could have the chance to maybe heal. I don't know exactly, because I'm still new at using Explorer Aurora. I'm not sure exactly what the cooldown is on that and how to track it in my head while it's playing. Extreme Gamer. Ask Jester Gogo, he will know. Jester Gogo does bother the devs a lot for that kind of information, and we kind of love it for exactly that reason. Because it means that we don't have to be obnoxious, because we know that he'll be obnoxious, and then he pops into our streams and he's like, hey, here's this information I found out. And we're all like, cool, dude. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Angry Birds. Who is the flying person I never saw before? Pastel Cupcakes. Oh, first off, hello, Pastel Cupcakes. How are you doing? And who is the flying person you never saw before? Oh, I think you're talking about Blacktron Quincy. Blacktron Quincy was a new character released in a Brick Pace, the last Space Brick Pace event. After they did the big Space rework, they came out with an event just for Space characters. And Blacktron Quincy was the character that you could unlock in that event. Blacktron Quincy came out, and everybody were like, yeah, I guess Blacktron Quincy is okay. The issue with that was the Space event was supposed to be followed by raids pretty quickly, and then those got pushed back. And then the dev team switched to this new dev team, so the raids got pushed back even further. So part of the reason why you don't see Blacktron Quincy more often is because the characters with whom Blacktron Quincy was meant to synergize were like moving towards the top and then immediately just sort of fell off as the dev team started to focus on other things. Okay. We need to come in and kill the Yuppie first on this particular team because, well, he'll bring people back to life if we don't. So, let's see if we can get him. Great. Now, the Yeti taking some damage right off the bat. We are still, however, going to grab his taunt right from the beginning because we can immediately follow it up with a heal. Now, whose heal should I use, though? I think I'm actually going to use Explorer Aurora's heal because it has a chance to grant debuff immunity as well. However, we missed the debuff immunity. Oh, that was actually a bad choice. I should have used Magisto's heal because Magisto's heal would have added counter onto the Yeti. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to just put some damage reduction on the Yeti so he will at the very least be able to survive until his next turn. All of the counter damage that I'm basically just missing out on. I'm going to come in here and do this Dizzy. The Yeti still doesn't actually need that heal and that counter. Now, that would add an extraordinary amount of damage output to my team, but given that I actually missed the chance to use it at the beginning... Whoa! Look at that! A 10,000 point hit from the Yeti. Not a crit. A regular attack hitting for 10,000 damage. There is your there right there. That is your Yeti damage potential, and this Yeti is only at 5 stars, guys. 5 stars, that's huge. That's a big hit. I'm super proud and super happy that we actually got to see that live together. Amazingly effective. And you add that onto any of the counter damage that he could do with payback, that's a big hit. So big, in fact, that it distracted me from whatever it was that I was talking about before. Okay, which team should we come in here and take down? It looks like this team, actually. They've got a bad tank with another lackluster support hero. Yeah, we're going to come in here and start up here at the top. Alright, we'll spend a little bit of heals. Grab an extra buddy to be on the team. And we'll go ahead and grab this Redbeard. Sure, why not? Then I'll have to look through and see if anybody is actually sharing like a Zane or something like that. Because maybe for the final one, I'll see if I can grab a guild ally who has some sort of amazing synergy with the team. Okay, Redbeard. Let's go ahead and put that Clumsy on him and go ahead and remove that turn meter. We'll then put Dizzy on him so he can't do anything, and then grab the taunt. We still do not get the counter because unfortunately the Yeti did not crit on anyone. Now we got to be a little bit careful here, right? Because we want to make sure that the Yeti doesn't die. Now he shouldn't die, but we're going to actually put on... Right, so now I'm going to remember from last time what I did wrong. And we're going to actually put Magisto's heal on the Yeti so that he gets payback. We're also going to put the damage reduction on from Kelvin so that we can just hit super hard. I can also... Yeah, I still think he's going to be taking a fair amount of damage. I don't think anybody has buff removal on the enemy team. Although I don't remember entirely about Winston. But I don't think anybody has buff removal. So I'm going to go ahead and add some defense up on here and see what we can get going on. Now, I am not going to use the special attack from Winston there. Oh, look at that. Yes, get that counter attack. I am not using that special attack from the Yeti because Winston didn't have Dizzy or any debuffs, which meant that the total amount of damage that I was going to do from the Yeti would have been about half. But I am just going to be coming in here and soaking up all of this beautiful counter damage and healing from my Yetster. Now, we're going to try and... Oh, well, we'll heal up the Yeti because he was taking a little bit more damage than we would have wanted him to. We're going to go ahead and put the Dizdaz on Pegleg and then get the ultimate from our Yeti. Now, check this out. 120% damage to all foes. Remember, if they have Dizzy on them, the Yeti will do twice as much damage, so 240% damage. If you have Dizzy, you get stunned. Hello, Redbeard, you're about to get stunned. And are also inflicted with Debilitate. If you're not inflicted with Dizzy, you just get Debilitate. This is an amazing special ability, ultimate ability. It does a lot of damage to the enemy team. Look at that, 4,000, 5,000, puts our Redbeard into stun, and I get to take away all of his turn meter while he is stunned. I'm going to come in here and remove all of Kai's turn meter. Oh, no! But we get the miss, and the miss prevents us from removing all of that turn meter. So I'm going around now. I'm not focus firing somebody right now because it's actually pretty easy for me to come in here and just take away all of their turn meter to prevent them from getting a decent turn. Boom! You done, sir. Now I can come in with the Yeti and just absolutely trounce somebody. But who should it be? Maybe I'll do this to the fitness instructor because she has debilitate. Oh, but then I get the miss. The miss is unfortunate. So now, let's see. I'm looking at the turn meter of my characters, seeing who's going to go next. I know that Magisto is going to go next. And I'm going to use him. Oh, I was going to use him to attack Kai here, but I do need to use the heal. What's with all the dodging all of a sudden? Get out of my house, fools! So much dodging happening, just like out of nowhere, out of the blue. I just need to take down all of these characters, please and thank you. Great, you're done. Kai, get out of here. Thank you. Now, we're going to have Magisto use his heal. And now I need to see if I can actually get around another turn to enable Explorer Aurora to use her heal. Let's see if she's got it off cooldown. She sure does, and she's going to heal up herself. Look at this. I'm ending this battle with everybody nice and topped up as we get to the end of the Brickspedition for the day. Oh, that didn't actually end it. I'm surprised. Barely not enough damage. Pastel. Got him from the event shop. Very, very nice. The Yeti can take a butt kicking. Wait, a brick kicking? Angry Birds. Very nice. Sometimes everyone dodges all of a sudden and makes me lose. Yes, Pastel, it happens to me too. And it is incredibly frustrating because it's my least favorite mechanic in the entire game. Sawa. What's going on, Sawa? I was doing a whole bunch of stuff and I missed you joining us here on Twitch. Let's see. What's up, new member to the chat? Sawa is level 43. Excellent, excellent. Well, Sawa, welcome, welcome, welcome into the Twitch stream. I know we see you on YouTube fairly often. Welcome over to the Twitch stream, sir. Matt streams Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Do I think that raids will come out before or after December 31st? Extreme. My hope is that raids are the big drop, the big new content drop in December. I am hoping, crossing my fingers, that raids will come before the beginning of the new year. But right now, we don't actually know because the dev team has been very, very mute on releasing the event schedule for new events. I know they did release a December event schedule, but I can't remember exactly what was on it because they released it like in the middle of the community chat and it's like gone forever now. So we do have a December event calendar somewhere, if I recall, and I do not believe that raids were on it, which makes me sad. My hope is that there's just going to be a big surprise update in there and we're actually going to see them come out. Sawa, you have the Buccaneers. Yes, Sawa, the Buccaneers are an excellent place to start. You definitely want to have all those Buccaneers. They are probably the most universally useful characters in the game right now. At least that's my 2 cents. What team do I think you should farm if you already have the Buccaneers? And Neo Venom says trying to find an active guild is a pain. Yes, well, Neo Venom, on Discord, if you want to join any of the minifigure Empire guilds, I know that a lot of people throw shade at Minifigure Empire because some people think it's run like the Mafia. It isn't, because there's no way to run, like, you can't share things in the game right now, so there's nothing that you could do to run anything like the Mafia. But the Minifigure Empire guilds all do tend to be quite active. So hit up them on Discord and see if they have room in any of their guilds for you to join. And what team do I think that FancyMatt should farm if he already has the pirates? Well, let's finish up this Brickspedition and go in and look after that. Kai has bad accuracy. Luckily, I have his basic maxed. He can't go out of stealth. Yeah, that's Angry Birds. That is big because Kai is pretty squishy. Okay, so I want to look for somebody that I can put on this team that is going to synergize very well. That means I'm looking for somebody who's either chill or space or something along those lines. Aha! I have a Kartovsky I could put on the team. Let's give that a shot. Kartovsky is going to be very, very fast on this team because he's going to get 20% increase to his speed from the Ice Station Odyssey set. He's also going to be able to, I believe, steal buffs. I think that's kind of his big thing. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this as we go because I don't play with Kartovsky hardly at all. So I'm going to have to take some time to look through and see what we got going on. Now, I always go for Governor Tierney first. Why? Because Governor Tierney can put payback on all of the rest of the pirates, and I don't like that, so I take him out. Okay, whenever Kartovsky is critically hit, he gains stealth, not something we're going to have to worry about. Whenever he attacks, the foe with the lowest health and stealth has a chance to have its duration reduced. Great, okay, so another really solid anti-ninja team. So basically, this Cloaking Matrix is not going to do us any good against pirates. None of them go into stealth. Deal damage to the target foe and add vulnerable. Okay. Deal damage to all foes with a chance to inflict heal block. That could be nice. And can clear stealth. Deal damage with a chance to copy a random buff from the target to himself. Got it. Alright. So it looks like right now we're actually just going to be doing... Let's do this EMP bomb. Let's get some damage out on everybody and put some heal block out on there. Now, we're also going to be grabbing the taunt with the Yeti. Excellent. He also grabs that payback. I want to see that counter, fool. Give me that counter. Yes. Heal yourself, my man. Oh, look at all of that beautiful damage that he's just soaking up. I love it. Admiral Nonsuch is going to be our next target. We don't need to put the heal or the counter on anybody right now because the Yeti is just absolutely killing it for us. Let's go ahead and take out Admiral Nonsuch, followed by Private LeQuay. Oh, that unfortunate dodge. Now, we are going to save basically, well, all. We're going to save all of our specials at this point because they're going down very quickly. Oh my goodness, look at the Yeti just creaming it for us. Yeah, man, I am a big fan of the Yeti, and if I need to shell out like a few extra bucks in order to really get him to 7 stars, I think I might have to do it. My hope was that with almost 10,000 gems I wouldn't have to do it, but it looks like I'm not going to get so lucky. Okay. Now, if I inflict vulnerable on Redbeard, I have to be very careful about who's going to go next, because I don't have any way to clear the taunt from Scarlet, nor do I have a stun to prevent her from doing it, which means that I actually am going to have to take Scarlet down first, because I don't have any way to clear her taunt. So I think I'm going to have to use a slightly different strategy here. Let's see if it works. And that strategy is just going to be that I'm going to have to nuke Scarlet. Now, okay, in this case, I am actually going to save Magisto's ultimate because I want to be able to keep Dizzy up on my Redbeard. That's very, very important. I also want to prevent these people from healing as much as I possibly can. So I know that I might be able... Okay, basically everything is going to have to hit in order for this to work. But it is still the hope that that's exactly what happens. Okay, now I should be able to clear Scarlet with my special here. Oh, yes. Let's try this out and see if it works. Deal damage to all foes, stun or debilitate everybody. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Can I take down Scarlet? All I need is the hit. Just the one hit and she'll go down. Yes, we get it. And then we also get the stun and the dizzy and the debilitate on everybody. Now, I'm going to take everybody's turn meter away with Magisto here, doing some AoE damage when the entire enemy team has debilitate. That means the entire enemy team loses all of their turn meter. That is absolutely huge. So we can focus down on Hank because Hank had dizzy on him, which means that my Commander Cold deals an extra 50% damage. We can come in here and do some more AoE to everybody, which should be enough to knock out Argenta. Look at what is happening here, guys. You always, always, always... Hold on a second. How much damage is this going to be? 11,000 point crit on a Pirate Buccaneer team. You always, always take down Redbeard first. But we went around the back way and managed to get dizzy on the enemy Redbeard to remove his turn meter, to put debilitate on him to remove more turn meter, to get him stunned with the Yeti special. And now, as a result, it looks like Redbeard might not get any turns. What just happened? 0 turns! He got 0 turns! That's amazing! Redbeard got 0 turns. Now, I am aware of the fact that I was able to use the Imperials at the beginning half of this node in order to line up all of my special abilities so that I could do exactly what I just did. But even still, I did not expect it to function nearly as well as it did actually function. That's incredible, and I'm glad that you guys were all here to see it, because, I mean, it's just amazing, right? Usually, when you're fighting the Buccaneers, the strategy is that you want to do your best to disable Redbeard, whether that means that you're putting dizzy on him or stunning him or something, long enough for you to basically get around Scarlet's taunt. Short of getting around Scarlet's taunt, you want to be able to stun Scarlet so that she doesn't taunt at all. And if you can manage to get that to happen, then you can nuke down that Redbeard, and as soon as Redbeard is off of a pirate team, the pirate team just sort of falls apart. But in this case, we did it completely in a completely different manner by just debilitating and disarming and keeping Redbeard out of the equation, so we never had to deal with him. That was pretty awesome. I did not expect that to happen. Very, very cool. What did you guys have to say? What's the process to do the Discord thing for beginners? Mike, if you are on the LEGO Legacy Discord channel, go into the community chat or the Looking for Guild channel and actually make a post that you're looking for an active guild, and chances are somebody from Minifigure Empire will answer it. That's how I did it. Actually, that's not quite how I did it, because I was streaming. One of the Minifigure Empire people was on my stream and basically was like, hey, you should be in our guild. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me just go through the rest of the Twitch feed and the YouTube feed here to see what you guys are asking about. See if I can showcase any things for you. Oh, we were looking at what team to get other than the Buccaneers. Let me go ahead and come into the heroes and grab that. So now that we have all of these filters, it's kind of amazing. Buccaneer, right. So, the first thing that you are going to want to do in the game is to farm up your Buccaneers. Now, there's one possible exception to this depending on your playstyle, or if you want, where you can do Cook Bart, Captain Redbeard, Darwin, Princess Argenta, and Scarlet. Because Scarlet is currently farmable in the Arena store, you can get her or Valiant. Valiant is also farmable in the Arena store. The advantage to having Valiant is that Valiant has buffs and heals that he can add to your team, in addition to being able to grab his own taunt. The benefit to having Scarlet is that she is a Buccaneer, which means that Captain Redbeard is going to counter more reliably when she gets hit than if Valiant gets hit, and also the fact that she automatically taunts whenever one of your characters gets low. Now, Castaway Hank is also farmable, but it is a slower farm than Darwin. Ultimately, Castaway Hank does a lot more damage than Darwin does. So if you're looking for sort of the premier Buccaneer team, you're looking at Cook Bart, Captain Redbeard, Princess Argenta, Scarlet, and Castaway Hank. My suggestion is to get that team first to the best of your ability so that you can farm up the Peg Legs treasure event so that you can get the most gold coins that you possibly can while also climbing the arena ladder. And that team will definitely get you into the top 50 of the arena ladder. So let's say you already have that team and you're like, well, what should I get that's not Buccaneers? Well, here it gets a little bit looser because you have to keep in mind what you're going to be using that team for. The Buccaneers you can use pretty much everywhere, but there are certain challenges that arise every single day that you won't be able to complete with just a Buccaneer team. Likewise, there are certain teams in the arena that you will have trouble with. You will have trouble with the ninjas because the ninjas will stealth, which means no matter who they hit, Redbeard is not going to counter, because you can't counter somebody who has stealth. So, another viable team to consider might be the ninjas. Now, the only struggle with the ninjas is that they require that you have Master Wu to be truly effective. Going back to the previous statement, in order to get Master Wu, you need to have pirates. So we go all the way back to you should be getting your Buccaneers team first. Still, if you have that Buccaneers team, you could start setting up a ninja team in anticipation of grabbing Master Wu. If you're going to do that, you're going to also want Lloyd because he's the only tank on the team. And then from there, it kind of gets nebulous. There is a world where you can do Master Wu, Lloyd, Naya, Kai, and DigiJ. That's a pretty decent team with some pretty good longevity because Naya can actually heal up pretty reliably. Kai will counter anytime Naya gets hit. If you go for DigiJ first, Naya will heal him automatically. Plus, Lloyd is putting everybody into stealth, so there's a good chance that you will get all of the survivability through that. Now, if you're not into the healing so much, you can get rid of Naya and replace her with Zane. If you want to do that, you have a straight-up nuke team. Now, I'm talking about all of these characters in particular because they are farmable. DigiJ is only available in a brick pace event, so you can't farm him up reliably. Master Wu is also not reliably farmable. Garmadon, you only get 1 tile per day for Garmadon, which means those 3 characters are not super reliably farmable. But you can farm Zane, Kai, Lloyd, and Naya, should you be interested in getting that stealthy team. And then, if you already have your Buccaneers team, when the Wu event comes back around, then you can grab Master Wu and put him in there. Let's look at the city teams. In fact, I'm going to skip the city team because just don't farm a city team. They might be really good in the future. I farmed them a while ago hoping that they were going to get a rework or synergize super well with the fire station. Just doesn't work. You could also, if you wanted to, farm up a castle team. A castle team is very farmable. And if you're going to go for the farmable castle team, then what you're going to want is Master Burnibus, Jester Gogo, King Brutus, Princess Verda, and Magisto. Magisto, you farm kind of special because you farm Magisto through doing achievements. But still, you should be doing those achievements, and you should be able to get Magisto up to about 5 stars pretty readily. So if you have that available to you, that is another really great team to farm. Other than that, I think that's probably plenty of information to start you off. There are a lot of other teams to go with. There's certain characters in the space that are very useful elsewhere. So there are certain individual characters that might be very helpful to you, but as a general rule of thumb and general set of ideas, that's where I would start. All right. Let's see what else I have missed while I was talking through that. Basically, you and your guild take on a big boss and get rewarded for how much damage you individually do. Mike, talking about what raids might be. Now, they have actually indicated to us that raids are going to function a little bit differently than that, but the old dev team was the one that gave us that information. So in truth, we don't actually know what the raids are going to be now. There's a chance that it's going to be a web of nodes, similar to the way they do raids in Marvel Strike Force. Or it could be a big boss like you suggested, like they did them in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It sounds like they were working on doing a combination of those two things, but again, until it actually comes out, we just do not know. Mr. Fancy Matt, why can't you wear a real tie? Sawa, I can actually wear a real tie. I just choose not to because I think that the fake tie is the fake tie that I put on the screen is just a little bit more. It's just a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, right? So the idea of being Mr. Fancy Matt is that it's kind of. The idea is to sort of capture the irony of it because there's nothing about me that's fancy at all. And then the last question that I'm going to answer there before I go to the YouTube chat to end for the day is there any news on the GKM collaboration? Yes. So GKM and I are waiting until we get basically Thanksgiving behind us. I would also love to do a collaboration with him once I get back to my regular microphone because the sound quality is just better than this microphone is. Which means that we probably won't be doing it before Thursday, if I'm being completely honest with you. But we are going to be doing a collaboration possibly on the top 5 or top 10 tanks in the game, or the top 5 tags in the game, so that just to spread out a little bit more fun, useful information. Now, GKM also did recently release a poll that you can, I don't know if he put it in the community chat, he put it in our content creator chat, for all of us to go and click on this poll for all of the collectible minifigures that LEGO has ever created, for the top 10 collectible minifigures that we would like to see come into the game. So be on the lookout for a GKM video about that. I think it's going to be very entertaining. Okay, YouTube folks, what did I miss from you guys? When I get a legendary... gotcha. I see Scarlet. She has taunt for no reason when I attack the enemy and someone heals and I lose my progress. Yes, Pastel. That is because Scarlet has a passive ability here. I'm not just going to tell you about it. Let's go and actually look at it. So let's go ahead and grab that Scarlet. If you look at Scarlet's passive ability when it's all the way leveled up, whenever another hero, any other hero, falls below 50% health, Scarlet gains taunt for 1 turn. If she has taunt, then she takes less damage and she gains defense. I mean, she gains defense always, but when she has taunt, she gains increased defense. No, sorry. She always gains increased defense, but when she has taunt, she has a flat damage reduction applied to her. So, the part that is really the big thing about Scarlet is whenever another hero falls below 50% health, Scarlet gains taunt automatically. That's what you're seeing happen. I do have a 4-star Garmadon sort of ready to go, but I haven't actually leveled him up. Yeah, some people have noted that from the when I was showing that in this filter before, when I was going through for Sawa, some of the other good characters in the game. Am I going to do a collaboration with Bricko? Tio, actually, Bricko and I have never actually spoken one-on-one. We've spoken as part of the content creator discussions at large, but I've never actually spoken with Bricko one-on-one. He's on my list of people that I need to really get in touch with. But I'll probably do that in December once I get back into town and everybody's sort of settling down for the holidays. Please gear up Scarlet on the stream. Pastel, it's more than just the gear. I would also have to farm up Scarlet's tiles. And right now, the only place to farm up Scarlet is in the Arena Store. And right now in the Arena Store, I'm focusing on maxing out characters so that it's easier for me to farm the Master Store for Willa tiles. And the closest person I have to that right now is Valiant. So I'm actually focusing on Valiant first. But my plan, once I have Valiant up to 7 stars, is to then go in and probably start farming up Scarlet. At the moment, though, because my Scarlet is only at 3 stars, even if I get her all the way geared up, she's not going to be very, very powerful. So even if I geared her up to showcase her for you, you wouldn't really get the effect of what it is that she does, because unfortunately she would just get hammered on too much. Let's see, what else? It looks like our inbox, we got some Yeti energy. Excellent. And It looks like we got a new event for the day. All right, ability materials. Nice. We'll come in and grab all of these. I'm going to come in and use that last little bit of my Yeti energy that they just gave me. Let's see if we get better RNG than we got this morning when it was just absolutely awful. And then we'll be on the way out. Stealthy County Champion. What's up, dude? You are joining us right at the end of the stream. I am sorry to announce. I am about done here. Now, tomorrow, guys, I normally stream on Sundays. Unfortunately, tomorrow, because of some other plans while I am in Austin, I will be unable to stream tomorrow morning. I will be back on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you are a follower of the stream or new to us, please join me on Wednesday at 9 a.m. and I can answer all of your questions. And we can see what's going on day 5 of the Brickspedition. Until then, guys, I'm going to keep farming that Yeti up for you. On Wednesday, I think is going to be the final farm. We'll finally be able to see how high we can actually get that character. And we'll see how useful he can be in the real world. All right, folks. I am heading off. Everybody, enjoy your Saturday. Stay safe. Stay excited. Be good to each other. And I will see all of you on Wednesday morning.